pick up, and then we'll go.
We'll never surrender.
Skin boots on a Saturday night.
Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here, and welcome back to an all-new Black Ops 3 Zombies video. Now today I just wanted to discuss regarding the Raygun Mk2 within Black Ops 3 Zombies. Just wanted to discuss some ideas, some concepts, some designs, things like that. It's just going to be a bit of a discussion video. Now if you do want to enjoy this video by the end of it, drop a like down below. Let's try and go for 1,000 likes on today's video, as well as subscribe to the channel if you do in fact enjoy this video by the end of it and you don't want to miss any future uploads here on the channel. So anyways, prior to Black Ops 3 Zombies launch, a lot of us were expecting the Raygun Mk2 to be added into Black Ops 3 Zombies because we just thought it would be something so obvious for Treyarch to do, because literally they have to do no work in order to introduce it into Black Ops 3 Zombies, because they've already got the design of it from Black Ops 2. All they have to do is update the graphics slightly of it and literally just copy and paste the gun over from Black Ops 2 into Black Ops 3. But for some weird reason, Treyarch have taken a different route and they've taken a different idea, they've taken a different concept with this, and they have not introduced the Raygun Mk2 within Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is very, very peculiar. Now, I think it's safe to assume that most of us are agreeing that we will be seeing the Raygun Mk3 within DLC 3 due to various different hints, teasers from ciphers, official information, leaked information, etc. So most people, I would say around 8% of the community, are on board that will most likely be getting the Raygun Mk3 within DLC 3. Now, there is a slim possibility that we could get the Raygun Mk3 with DLC 4, or it's just going to be added as a separate update. We really have no idea whatsoever. Now, we don't know what the Raygun Mk3 is going to be like when it is released. We don't know whether it's going to be like some sort of sniper styled weapon. We don't know whether it's going to be some sort of shotgun, some sort of just fully automatic machine gun. We have no idea what the Raygun Mk3 is going to be like. That's not the point of this video. However, I still will never understand why Treyarch have yet to add the Raygun Mk2 within Black Ops 3, because I think a lot of people want it. It would add variety to the maps, especially if they were to do it as an update, because they could add it to all of the maps, just like when they added it into Black Ops 2. They didn't just add it into Buried, they added it into all of the maps, which made them more replayable, it made them more fresh, it added new strategies for high rounds, and I think if they were to introduce the Raygun Mk2 into Black Ops 3 Zombies, it would be a great introduction. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think we're ever going to see the Raygun Mk2 introduced into Black Ops 3 Zombies in the future. I strongly do think we will be seeing the Raygun Mk3, but I don't think we're going to be seeing the Raygun Mk2. Although I would really strongly like to see it, and a lot of other people would as well, for some reason I just don't feel like Treyarch are going to add it. I really hope they do, however, and that's what I wanted to be talking about within today's video, how possible ways they could introduce it into the game if they were to introduce it and stuff like that. Now, obviously, when the Raygun Mk2 was introduced into Black Ops 2, it was introduced in the Vengeance map pack alongside Buried. As I said earlier, it was introduced into all of the maps. Now, they made it so it had no splash damage like the original Raygun, and it fired a 3-round burst, and it has very high penetration ability, capable of killing many zombies with one burst. Now, I really thoroughly enjoyed the Raygun Mk2 because when it was introduced into Black Ops 2, it gave me an incentive to go back to the old maps and play them again. Try out new strategies with the Raygun Mk2, new training strategies and stuff like that, because you could take out a full train of zombies with the Raygun Mk2 up to until about round 30-35ish with just 1 or 2 bursts. And I think this would be a great addition to Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, the interesting thing that was made is, as he said, we've had tons of teasers regarding the Raygun Mk3 coming in DLC 3 via ciphers, official info and leaked info, and I've made countless videos about that in the past, which I may link a couple of them down in this video's description. However, whenever I made those videos, the point that was always made in the comment section was, how the hell is there going to be a Raygun Mk3 within DLC 3 if there is not a Raygun Mk2 within this universe? And that's a really, really good point to make, because the Raygun Mk2 was created within the Buried universe, obviously set in the future, and in the current Black Ops 3 Zombie storyline, we're playing in an alternative universe. In fact, we're playing across multiple different universes, as the characters have been selecting specific universes to target their 1.0 versions. So does that mean that the Raygun Mk2 just does not exist within this universe, and therefore, if a Raygun Mk3 was to be introduced within Black Ops 3 Zombies, technically it can't be the Raygun Mk3? if a Raygun Mark II isn't in this universe, technically, if a Raygun Mark III was to be introduced, it would be called the Raygun Mark III. However, the easy explanation for Trek to get around that is the fact that the worlds are bleeding into each other, the universes are bleeding into each other, and it's more than possible that via temporal displacement, the Raygun Mark II could have been temporarily displaced from the buried universe within the future back in time in this current universe. But even then, it still doesn't make sense why it would be called the Mark III, because we don't know who's going to be creating the Raygun Mark III. We don't know who will create it in this universe. But whoever does create it, surely they won't know of the creation behind the Raygun Mark II, and therefore they'll just call it the Raygun Mark II if the Raygun Mark II hasn't been created in this universe. That's just my own personal opinion. Now, I wanted to discuss a little bit right now about how Treyarch could introduce the Raygun Mark II within Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, as I said, I don't think they're ever going to do this, but I just think it would be a good idea for them to do, and hopefully, if this video gets a lot of support, hopefully Treyarch will see this video, and maybe they could take some ideas from this video. As I said, I do think we're going to be getting the Raygun Mark III, but it's questionable about the Raygun Mark II. Now, the first idea, which I think I've heard a lot of people talking about, is that maybe when you upgrade the Raygun, well, obviously you get the Porter's Raygun, and then if you upgrade it again, what if you then get the Raygun Mark II, and then if you upgrade it again, you get the Raygun Mark III? Because you cannot pack-a-punch the Raygun twice within Black Ops 3 Zombies, unlike with the other weapons, which pretty much renders the Raygun useless, and it makes every other weapon within the game better, because obviously you can get double pack-a-punch abilities such as Dead Wire or Blast Furnace, which means you can survive up to an infinite number of rounds. However, the Raygun and the Porter's X2 Raygun, they're just not capable of killing on high rounds. So that could be a one way for Trek to get around that, and that could be a good way for them to implement the Raygun Mark II as well as the Raygun Mark III within the game, because it lets you try out both of them, and maybe they could make the Raygun Mark II better than it was within Black Ops 2, so that it is capable of killing on high rounds, and then they make the Raygun Mark III really good so it can compete with these double pack-a-punch abilities, because at the moment there's no real reason to keep the Raygun going for high rounds. Now, another way of which Treyarch could introduce the Raygun Mark II within Black Ops 3 Zombies is they could do it via the ranking system, because currently the ranking system within Black Ops 3 Zombies is pretty much useless. I mean, it really is. You level up, you don't really get anything new, you just get permanent unlocks. There's no benefit, you don't get any new weapons, you don't really get anything beneficial. I was really hoping that when I heard about this, the ranking up system within Black Ops 3 Zombies, that it wasn't going to be just like multiplayer, because the Black Ops 3 Zombies ranking system is just like multiplayer. I was hoping that when you rank up, you get brand new weapons, you get exclusive camos, you know, just cool little incentives to rank up, or maybe you get some more double pack-a-punch abilities or stuff like that, but there's no incentive to rank up within Black Ops 3 Zombies. So what I was thinking is maybe when you reach a certain prestige, you get the Raygun Mark II, it automatically gets added within the box. That would just be awesome. I don't know what prestige you would need to get to in order to get it. Maybe prestige 5, maybe prestige 1, maybe master prestige. I'm not sure how they would balance that, but that would be something awesome, and it would be a great incentive for people to rank up, especially if they made the Raygun Mark II do a lot more damage than it did within Black Ops 2. It would certainly be an awesome incentive, especially if they made it available on all of the maps. As I said, it would add more replayability to those maps, it would give you more of an option to go back to those maps and stuff like that. You know, I really don't like the ranking system within Black Ops 3 Zombies, and I also don't like how there's no new modes within Black Ops 3 Zombies. I would just love if they constantly updated it with new guns, as well as new guns within the mystery box, as well as new modes. That would just be something amazing. Maybe every month or so they could add something new, like they do with multiplayer. I think it would give a massive incentive to keep on playing zombies. Now, just recently within Black Ops 3, 2 new weapons were added into Black Ops 3's multiplayer, the Rift E9 and also the Banshee. Now, the Rift E9 is a pistol and the Banshee is a shotgun. Now, these are the first ever energy weapons that we've had introduced within Black Ops 3. Now, a lot of people were thinking that after these were released, that maybe once the Raygun Mark III gets released, they could take the designs of these weapons and base them to create the Raygun Mark III. They fire this sort of sluggish slot, which takes quite a bit of time to cross the map. However, it will pretty much insta-kill anyone no matter where they are on the map. And that would just be something awesome for the Ray Gun Mark III. And they could even take some inspiration from this if they were to do the Ray Gun Mark II. They could change the weapon up slightly, they could keep the design the same, but instead of making it so the bullets fire really quick, they could fire more of a sluggish, slow slot. But I honestly do believe that those two weapons are probably going to be somewhat similar to how the Ray Gun Mark III will be designed. I don't really know whether the Ray Gun Mark III is going to be a shotgun, whether it's going to be a machine gun, whether it's going to be a sniper. I really don't know. I'm sort of leaning at the moment to it maybe being a shotgun like the Banshee. It could be just like the Banshee, you know, it could be very similar to that, but they could give it a reskin, and instead of firing the blue bullet, it could fire the green bullet instead. Now, another way for them to introduce the Ray Gun Mark II is just to add it as an update to all of the maps. They don't have to do anything in order to unlock it, because as he said, it was just discussing about the fact that you may have to keep on pack-a-punching your ray gun in order to get it, or you may have to get up to a certain prestige or level in order to unlock it. But what if they just added it into all of the maps in the mystery box? That would again be just something cool, like it would be unexpected. They don't have to do it when one of the DLCs come out. They could just add it, say, in between DLC 3 and DLC 4. It'll be a nice incentive to go back and play those old maps. Or what they could do is they could add it onto DLC 3 or DLC 4, and they could do a sort of mini Easter egg in order to get the Ray Gun Mark II. It just has to be a short little Easter egg, and you can get it after you've done it. They could even add a mini Easter egg to all of the older maps as well in order to get it. Again, that would be something which I think would be very cool. As I said, I don't know how we're going to be getting the Ray Gun Mark III introduced. We don't even know if it's 100% coming, although I'm pretty much, I would say about 95% sure we are getting the Ray Gun Mark III within DLC 3. I don't know how that's going to be introduced, whether it will be introduced just like within Black Ops 2, where it will be added onto all the maps within the mystery box, or maybe they could just add it only on DLC 3 within the mystery box, or maybe there'll be a little Easter egg in order to get it. But yeah, that's just been a bit of a discussion regarding the Ray Gun Mark III within Black Ops 3 Zombies. Hopefully you did enjoy this. I just thought I would spew out some of my opinions regarding the Ray Gun Mark II, talk a little bit about the Ray Gun Mark III as well. Obviously I've made tons and tons of videos in the past regarding the Ray Gun Mark III, so I tried to mainly base this one about the Ray Gun Mark II. As I said, these are just ideas, these are just concepts, just for a bit of a discussion. As I said, I don't think we are going to be getting the Ray Gun Mark II, but it's something that I would love to see, and these are just some of my ideas for if it were to be introduced. Now, if you want to see more discussion videos like this one in the future, where I just discuss about future stuff we could be seeing within Black Ops 3 Zombies, giving my opinions, not really based on any evidence, it's all opinion based, then make sure to drop a like down below. It just shows that you support these types of videos. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't new around here for latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.
Above her body, she dream of Corvettes, I got Ferraris. Her bucket list will let my normal Monday hobbies. I'ma get a kilo at the AVS, living like a G code when you play the set, so she gon'